That is such a emotional weekend.
And I was born on a Sunday.
Huh?
I was born on a Sunday.
You was
So
born on a Sunday?
maybe a Sunday or either Saturday. I know it was on the weekend.
It's like that date falls on the weekend.
Because everybody
Right.
had left the house except for my mom. And
You was born at home.
yes,
How many people was born at home? Any of y'all was born at home? That's because, yeah, I would think, I would think not that many people, I would think maybe the 60s, after the 60s, yeah, most of the people was born at the hospital. Your mom was? Okay. Yes, Paulette.
you got to realize there wasn't many black hospitals.
Hospitals.
Right.
Right, right. Because then you had to go to a Pacific hospital.
That's why a lot of people my age didn't
Was
have,
born at home.
and they didn't have a birth
A
certificate.
birth certificate.
Right.
Because after you was born at home,
Yes, worded in the Bible.
because how did you go get the birth certificate?
You could bring the Bible, and that's what they used.
They would just give you the birth certificate. So they had to go, but that makes sense now, because I was like, okay, my grandmother, the lady that found my grandmother, how did she get my grandma in school and stuff? But it wasn't as strict then. You could just take somebody's child and raise that person's child as your own.
Yep.
Your mother is 76. She a July baby. Okay. I was wondering that earlier. That's one of the things I used to wonder about my grandma story that she used to tell about a lady finding her in the store. And I was like, how did they put grandma in school? But back then, other people raised other people's children. Yeah. It wasn't such a big deal. Yeah. And because that's why so many people, their aunts is really their moms.
Yep.
And their grandma raised them like they were their child. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. So that's why I was so much confusion in the child, in the household. Who child was that? Yeah. And then if that mother had a baby out of wedlock, or if that mother had a baby very young, then somebody else raised that child. That's why my grandma always made sure that we called, even though our mom didn't raise us, that we called her mom. She was like, no, I'm your grandmother. She made sure of that. She made sure we respected her regardless whether she raised us or not. Right. A lot of things was hidden by the South. A lot of kids was raised by other people in the South. Right. Hey, Princess. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I didn't do nothing today. For once, I gave my face a little break. I am fortunate enough. I know I need to drink more water, but I don't really get bumps and stuff on my face. That's why when I have what they call a butterfly, you could tell, because I don't usually have bumps on my face. It's really hard sometimes to tell if an African American have a butterfly unless it gets to the point where it's peeling and stuff. And thank you, Lord, I have not experienced that. But it'll be like a rash that comes on this part of the face, and it have the shape of a butterfly. So that's why it's called that. But when it happens to me, it's like this term red. It haven't never got to the point where it looked like a sore, but it just be red. You had one? Sure. Yeah, it's like this whole part turned red. It's inflamed, and you can feel the puffiness. But I never got it to the point where it